some hiccups form in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Rose, and then for Detroit, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond, and Morris subbed in for Tobias Harris. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. That'll go on McDermott. That's his first foul.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Here's Blake. Pass to Caldwell Pope. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter. And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
Morris, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
The Pistons have shot 1 of 3 from the line tonight, missing 2 earlier on.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Here's Morris. The Bulls getting the bucket off the screen. And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Justin Holiday. And we've reached halftime in this one. Bulls lead by 7. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I have Derrick Rose, and Derrick, you guys were scoring pretty nicely as a unit here tonight. How do you facilitate that?
Just be more efficient. I'm taking less shots, making sure that I make my shots and take my time on the offensive end and get people involved in the game.
Thank you, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Derrick Rose taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points and 5 assists. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
Some great work from them with the 3-ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage sound, Ernie.
Over to Kenny. What'd you think about Detroit?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half. But that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it.
Now the third quarter has to get going.
What a game for Rose. 12 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. 5 to shoot. Gibson against Harris. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Pistons trail by 7. Caldwell Pope kicks to Harris. And here's Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. Rejected by Gasol. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clarkie was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
It's hauled in by Harris.
I like his tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He has 6. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on. And with the skill set that Pau has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Reggie Jackson had made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
Here is Rose. He's got 12.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Reggie Jackson taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Jackson. And so Jackson nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Outside Gibson. Rose against Jackson. And Gibson kicks to Dunleavy. It's stolen by Morris. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. The tray. The offensive rebound. Now here's Rose. 14 points for him. Kicks to Gibson. Here's Gasol. Can't get it to go. Good D by Drummond. Pistons trail by 5.
And the Pistons were a better team last season than they were in 2014. I mean, they still ended up bottom in the Central Division, but most of it was because of how strong the Central really was last season.
And Chicago has possession after the basket by Detroit. Gibson dishes to Butler. The pass to Dunleavy. Back to Gibson. Shot clock at 6. Rose gets to Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 6 assists here tonight.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding